What I'm about to show you in this video will absolutely change your life, and please don't click off. I'm not sugarcoating this. I have over 8 million followers across all my social media platforms. If you don't believe me, I will show you. And I only say this so you could actually believe in what I'm saying. There it is, 7.6 million followers on TikTok and 353,000 on Instagram. And I only show you this as social proof and so you could actually, see me as a credible person because, I have built a million following personal brand and that's how I make my income. And if you just give me this amount of minutes, I don't know, however long this video is, I will make sure you will never suffer again. And this goes deeper than you think, deeper than you believe. Chances are that you are currently in very, very harsh situations in your life. You're going through some things. And believe me, I understand. I may not understand what you're going through exactly, but I've had my fair share of suffering in life. And I want to basically show you this concept, which is the most beautiful concept I've ever learned, by the way, which allowed me to wake up every single day and be absolutely so joyful, so happy to chase after what I want in life, to wake up with a purpose. And this concept is revolving around the mind. And please don't click off. I know this is another, you're gonna be like, oh, this is another mindset video. This is some bullshit. This concept was first introduced by the man, his name was Bob Proctor, by the name of Bob Proctor. And he was a philosopher. He passed away a few years ago. And essentially, in his teachings, he was talking about paradigms. And what a paradigm is located in the subconscious mind. And what it is it is you. You are your paradigm. What you say, how you say things, how you act, how you move, who you are, your personality, that is all your paradigm. Now, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to shift the paradigm so that you could become the person that you've always wanted to become. And trust me, I've did this before. That's why I have millions of followers, because this is what I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to be a content creator. I've always wanted to build a personal brand. And in order to do that, I had to shift my paradigm. So how do you shift that paradigm? Well, let's just first take this into consideration. We're human beings. We're programmed. We're constantly being programmed. Believe it or not, every second, every minute, every hour of the day, we're always constantly being programmed. Now, what you need to do is reprogram your mind. Reprogram yourself. So how do you do that? Well, let's just first take this into consideration. We're us humans, we're only programmed in two ways. One, genetically, that's why we look so much like our family. And two, environmentally, the people we surround ourselves with, the content that we consume, the food that we eat, that all plays a role into who we are as a human being, believe it or not. Your parents, when they teach you right from wrong, or they set a limiting belief, and you have all these limiting beliefs now, like, oh no, I can't do this because, my mom said I couldn't do this, or I can't do this because, blah, blah, blah said I couldn't do it, my teacher, my professor, blah, 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 whatever. But you need to completely throw that paradigm away, throw that initial programming away, and rebuild yourself in your mind. Because believe it or not, everything originates from the mind. Everything. This cup right here originated in someone's mind. This phone right here originated in someone's mind. This was all everything. Just look around you. Everything around you was once an idea in someone else's mind, and they made it a reality. So it all starts from up here. And I'm going to give you a diagram, and it's a very, very simple, like, stick figure diagram. I don't have a pen and paper with me, but I'll just draw it in the air so you could, see it. All it essentially is there's this big circle, okay? Let that circle represent your mind. Now, we have a horizontal line dividing that big circle. So, big circle right here, horizontal line dividing it. The top section of that circle is your conscious mind. That is your thinking mind. That is the mind that allows you to think, to evaluate equations, to make decisions throughout the day. You're using your conscious mind for that. Now, the bottom half of the circle is your subconscious mind. That is the emotional mind. That is where the paradigm resides. So how do you shift that paradigm? Because you are your subconscious. You are your subconscious mind. I mean, think about it. Once we entered the world at birth, we didn't have a conscious mind. All we had was a subconscious. That is where the programming starts at birth. The programming, the chatter in the background, it all feeds into the subconscious, forming the paradigm that we talked about. So how do you change the paradigm? Imagination. That, my friend, is how you change the paradigm. And I'm not just talking about imagination like picturing things that you want in life and then it'll magically come to you. No, no, no. This goes deeper than you think, deeper than you believe. Now, what do I mean by imagination? So, as I said before, you have the conscious mind and the subconscious. Let me draw another arrow down and have a stick figure like this. So we have the big circle. Damn, I wish I had a pen and paper so I could visually show you, but a big circle, okay? And then down here we have a stick figure. So this is your mind, this is your body. The body is just the instrument of the mind. That's all it is. You are an instrument. The body, your body, sorry, is the instrument of your mind. So the only way to shift the paradigm or the programming, which is why you are suffering and why you are, the way you are, is through constant repetition of imagination of the things that you want in life. Believe it or not, when you imagine the things that you want in life, whatever it is, no matter how crazy it might seem to other people, if it is aligned with you and what you want, if you could just sit there and close your eyes and really imagine and put all your five senses into that imagination, you get really emotional about it, whatever it is that you desire, what that is going to do is those images and thoughts and the scenarios and the vision that you see in your mind when you're imagining the things that you want, what that is going to do is that is going to penetrate, because when you imagine things, that is from the conscious mind. You're picturing, you're thinking, okay? What that's going to do is that's going to penetrate into the subconscious mind, which is your emotional mind, and it's going to allow you to set the body in a certain vibration. And in that vibration, you are going to naturally be doing the things in order to get you to where you want to be. That picture that you had in your head of the things that you want, once you constantly keep thinking and seeing and getting emotional about the things that you want, you are naturally going to be putting your body into a certain vibration, which is then going to let you act in order to get that goal. So really all it is, you don't need to know how to do anything. You don't need to know how to, the perfect roadmap into, building a six-figure, seven-figure business, or the perfect, roadmap. Nobody knows what they're doing when they're first starting out doing anything worthwhile in life. Nobody does. Nobody knows what they're doing. But what they do know is that they want it and that they're going to get it and they're going to die trying to get it. That's all it is. So you must first learn how to shift the paradigm that is in your subconscious. And once you learn how to do that through imagination, through the repetition of seeing what you want and actually taking action on the things that you want, then you are never going to suffer again. Because you, my friend, are the only person that could provide yourself with a positive mental attitude. So we all have negative thoughts throughout the day. And I see this all the time, and people often, especially my friends, they're like, how do you always positive? How do you always stay in a positive, every time I see you, you're always just happy. You're always just, happy to live life. It's like, you never have bad days. I go, no, of course I have bad days. Of course I do. But I don't allow my mind to take control of me. I take control of my mind. I have the power to shift my reality. But that comes at the cost of knowing how to control it. You have to be able to control your mind. If you don't control your mind and your mind controls you, you're fucked. You're never going to go anywhere. You're going to fail for the rest of your human life, and you're not going to do anything worthwhile. So I say that to basically say, we all have negative thoughts that creep in. We all have bad days. We all have obstacles in the way. We all have problems. We all suffer. But really, suffering is only in the mind. We often suffer in imagination more than in reality. And your brain can't tell the difference between imagination and reality. So next time you begin to have these negative thoughts, just ask yourself, okay, so I feel like shit. Why do I feel like shit? Is it the food that I ate? Is it the thoughts that I'm having? Is it the people that I'm surrounding myself with? Be mindful. Position yourself. Because once you position yourself properly and you begin to remove those negative friends and you begin to remove, the junk food, you begin to remove just mindlessly consuming content. Once you begin to position yourself, then it just becomes impossible to lose. And once you begin to learn how to understand that your mind is the most powerful asset you will ever have, then you are going to become unstoppable. But it all starts in the mind, my friend. It all starts from up here. So we all have negative thoughts, but what benefit does it serve you to entertain these negative thoughts? I don't get it. I really don't. You have negative thoughts, why entertain them? What benefit do you get from entertaining negative thoughts? Okay, if you doubt yourself, okay, why? You're a human being. I'm sure the successful person you idolize the most, that makes a lot of money and you look up to, I'm sure they're also a human being. I'm sure they bleed the same as you. I'm sure they bleed the same color, red. They don't bleed blue. They don't do that. So I really just say that to say you're suffering because you're allowing yourself to suffer. And that's the brutal truth. You're suffering because you're allowing yourself to suffer. So, the thoughts that you think, the thoughts that creep in, control those thoughts. Reframe it. Oh, I'm having a bad day. No, I'm just thinking shit thoughts. No, man, like I have this problem and I just don't know how to solve it. No. I have a problem. It's okay. Everyone has problems. I'm going to learn how to solve it and I want to see what I can learn from this. Reframe the thoughts that are coming in. It's really not that difficult to reframe the thoughts and not let negativity and negative thoughts consume you. Have you ever been around a negative person? It's sticky. It's like, oh, you get a shit. It's just, you feel like shit. It's like, no, get away from me. Like, just fuck off. Like, I don't want you. Like, stop being around me. Like, I'm becoming to feel like shit. So that's what I'm saying. We're programmed genetically and environmentally. Change your environment. Try to see if there's ways to change your surrounding. Surround yourself with better people. Surround yourself with winners. That's why the rich stay with the rich and the poor stay with the poor. You must learn that reality is what you make of it. It really is. And so with that in mind, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? And it's with that understanding you will start to be more mindful of what you think, what you eat, the people you surround yourself with, the content that you consume, and that all plays into the role of your reality. So the question is here, my friend, is what do you feed into the subconscious? What do you feed? What thoughts do you feed into that subconscious? And you need to answer that question for yourself. If it's negative thoughts, okay, well, just stop being negative. Just stop being negative. And this is the most beautiful, most valuable concept I've ever learned in my life. And so I thought I'd share this with you all in this video. I really hope I opened your eyes and you saw this video as valuable. And I really hope you can actually apply what I'm saying. And I really hope you begin to understand that you have control over everything that is happening in your life. And of course, there's things that you can't control, but you can control how you react to those things, those bad days, the problems that you face. So the question here is, what are you going to do with the information that I just told you? You're going to continue to suffer? Or are you going to take life by the balls and win?